Nation. Skiba News Nation. You gotta check out Skiba News Nation. Got Jeremiah Skiba and his friend Jake Grant at Opal's Corner with his thoughts and his rants. Skiba News Nation. Skiba News Nation. Come on and check out Skiba News Nation. Conspiracies and UFOs and things that fly around and don't nobody know. Hidden history and Bible prophecy. You can hear it all on Skiba News TV. Skiba News Nation. Skiba News Nation. You gotta check out Skiba News Nation. History's mystery.
Howdy. How's everybody doing?
Hello,
How you doing,
everybody.
Jake?
How you doing there, Jeremiah?
I'm doing good, man. I want to address something. I've been made aware that people think that we are beefing, and we are, in fact, not beefing. In fact, we are not beefing, quite frankly. So I just thought that was really funny that people thought we were beefing.
We just got a side of chicken and a little bit of salmon on the grill, on the barbie. You know, no
And
beef.
Jake's in on the joke. You know, he's in. But shh, don't tell nobody. Anyways, I want to show you this cool picture, dude. Opa's now home.
Hey, look at that thumb. That's up. That's an up thumb.
Hit that like button.
Look at that up thumb.
Yes, sir. Pretty cool.
Hey,
He's
Opa.
home now. So I'm full-time nurse and host of this show and scheduling the things. It's fun. Fun life.
Well, man, trudging along. I mean, I think just from how far along Opa's come, I think he's probably really stoked to get into a comfy bed, be able to will out, cook whatever he wants in the kitchen. Nice.
Yeah, it's great having him back.
Hey, have you told anybody about how the facilities were staffed in such an interesting way? It was like you had
They were
these
all
cultural
They all look like these.
cultural cliques. Every time you would go to a different facility, it was like one facility was all Filipino and one facility, you know, was all from, you know, your South Africa region. And then you had this, you know, it's
so
interesting.
weird. It's like they're all racist, kind of. Like, and when I say racist, I don't mean prejudice racism. They're not prejudiced. They just
Clicky.
stick with their own races. And it's like all Filipino, all Kenyan, all, you know, maybe one white. We're falling off the map, people. But I mean, it's
Oh,
the
yeah.
job that nobody wants to do. I mean, it's a sad truth. But, you know, it's like nurses are like, you know, teachers. There are a lot of good ones, but there are also some bad ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I am stoked. I know we have the interview with Sam Tripoli coming out. How do you feel about that one, Jeremiah?
That was, I think everybody who thinks that we're beefing or that we're not in on the joke together will see it in that interview. Because it was probably the most epic interview I think we've done.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Yeah, Sam gave us a pretty eloquent breakdown of how humor ties into the wider conspiracy world, and having a firsthand experienced comedian who was going out doing shows come on the show and kind of break it down. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it really reminds me, you know, take a joke, you know. Somebody asked me during that video that I shared on Mother's Day of me and my wife going to my mom and dad's grave, and I was laughing in the video because I laugh to not cry. I don't know if anybody's the same way, but if I don't laugh, I cry. So it's the only thing that keeps me sane in this world. Anyways,
Yeah. You know, I've heard the saying sometimes the most humorous jokesters among us are covering up the deepest hurts and emotions. And what it makes me think of is the famous actor, none other than Genie from Aladdin, none other than, Robin Williams. Yeah. And that guy was funny.
Yep. Yep. Not the funniest, but funny.
He was like a whole class of his own, just in terms of speed of talk. He could crank it into 100 mile an hour.
My favorite role was when he dressed up like a woman. Miss Doubtfire.
Miss Doubtfire?
No. Actually, Hook. I loved him in Hook. Because as a little boy, I wanted to be Peter Pan until Gary Wayne blew my mind and told me that pans and berries and all that were gay.
Yeah, whenever I watched him in Patch Adams, I think that's the first movie that caused me to feel grief in my life. Like Patch Adams, the end of that movie, the twist was like so awful. Yeah.
Well, what do we got in the news today?
Well, let's start off with something interesting, I guess. We have a Navy jet collision midair, and they exploded during a Gunfighter Skies air show at Mount Home Air Force Base. Check out this scene.
So, if you're watching, here you go. He loves air disasters. Oh my god!
They're like saddling up.
Wait, is that on purpose?
No, that was an accident. Look, it crashes below.
Maybe that's all a part of the show.
That's amazing. Like, I've never seen an air disaster quite like that, you know?
Well, and they all lived, which was great. Right, it kind of reminds me of my book that I wrote when I was a child.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you should show the audience your found memory. I think they'll really appreciate that, considering, this scene right here.
So Lindsay came up laughing yesterday, came up the stairs, and she said, "You have to see this." And I was like, "I do?" And she pulled out this. I wrote this when I was a kid. It's called The Other Way of the Twin Towers. I was pretty dark, okay? So there's a plane. There's a tower. That's page number 1. There's a jumper. But he sees a plane. He says, "Oh, no." And then I don't know how this happens, but the plane breaks. And yeah, there it goes. I had no cares about the people on board, no cares. And then at the end, he says, "We're saved," by Jeremiah Skiba. I think it's in the paper. My mom saved everything. And she told me, this could be in the paper. And I don't know if she was messing with me until this day. Because we didn't know 9/11 was an inside job when I wrote that.
Hey, man, if I were to have a Jeremiah Skiba museum piece, that 9/11 booklet, man, just so perfect. Just the conspiracy background, the artistic darkness.
One of my finest arts.
Oh, man. All right. Well, let's dive into this next video. There's so many things going on. We got the hantavirus. We got the 250th anniversary of the founding prayer dedication of America event happening this weekend. Yesterday was the national Shabbat that Trump declared. Very interesting. But of course, let's check out this clip here.
Like, wow, this is scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things.
Can you hear that all right?
We'll decide.
It kind of sounds like double.
Yeah. Overall, I think there's quite a bit of application of responsibility.
Let me silence my mouth.
Like, what are we going to do as people's jobs start being taken fairly aggressively? Luckily, there's a massive population drop coming. So
here, hold on. Let me see something. Getting 2 outputs right now.
Sometimes if I I have my mic on Discord, it
Got it.
it's not like that.
It's gonna work out okay. But I feel like we might get like very, very, very good AI across every pillar of art before there aren't any more people to make art.
So you wrote, "We appreciate power."
Torture this atomic analogy. You got the sense that people like Oppenheimer or Einstein were aware of the gravity of what was happening, and through the crucible of war, maybe.
By the way, some type of nuclear facility was hit. Both, I think it's the UAE and possibly in Israel itself. So that just happened.
Made some decisions they might not have made otherwise. In this environment, I don't think Altman, Karp, Thiel was asked, should the human race, flourish and continue to exist? And he took like a 5-second pause, like, yeah, let me think about that for a second.
That's a tough one there, yeah.
You've heard about it in countless movies and shows.
I'm not going to the bunker. Sir, we're not going to the bunker.
A top secret bunker outfitted to protect the president from major security threats. Now in real life.
So what do you think the ball's going to be like, Jeremiah?
I think it's going to be grand and beautiful, and the most beautiful, quite frankly, the most beautiful, the grandest, the ball that we've ever seen, quite frankly.
Donald Trump wants all the ladies with the tiny glass slippers. I need you to come to the big golden room immediately with your tiny glass slippers.
The big golden ball.
All right. Well, so let's see here. There's a couple interesting news stories coming up recently. I think it's fascinating. They're moving ahead on the development of this big facility, the new ballrooms. Right on. All right. So many of you have seen the alien disclosure documents by now. Came out last weekend. And just looking at this kind of one of the most notable scenes from the documents, which apparently are being censored and they're not releasing all of them, but it's the whole cherubim chariot or whatever. What do you think this is, Jeremiah?
I heard somebody break it down as if it's just a glare, but I don't know. People say it's a biblically accurate angel.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, it's just so interesting, the shape of it. We have numerous videos of orbs and unexplained things being tracked. But the reason I started with that clip is, of course, it lines up with a Superman 1978 film, Escape from Krypton scene. And now we saw what it looks like, right? It's like this kind of spiky, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points.
It's like a Star of David.
It's basically a Star of David. And now check out and compare it with this scene.
Marlon Brando. These are the best Supermans.
All right, here's the ship above.
So maybe it's just Superman? Don't get on a horse! Don't get on a horse! You'll be paralyzed! From the neck down! Don't get on the horse.
All right. There it is. All right, there we go. I don't know. What do you say? Does that look similar?
I think it looks like the pandemic, if you ask me.
Okay, like
Spiky.
a corona ball. All
Hey,
right.
maybe that's what it was. Maybe we put the dots together, and that's what that is. That's
All right.
Corona coming towards Earth.
Compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. Okay. Cool. Well, so this next little clip here is we all saw the big entourage that Donald Trump took over to China just recently. Have you seen any of those clips, Jeremiah?
Yeah, he went like ching chong, right?
There's even that scene of him reaching over and looking in the notes of the Xi Jinping. But anyways, China is coming out with like these big statements. They're basically saying the whole visit was just a holiday trip. There was no agreement on Iran, no concessions on Taiwan, no H200 deal, no decisive decision on rare earth trucks, no release of Jimmy Lai. It was just a holiday trip. So, and of course, this is the, official basically stating. I'm going to save you guys from trying to read through as he... Exactly.
Why does the little seal look like lungs?
Oh man, I don't know. It looks like 5 stars and then like a little building. All right, so this funny scene came out of the whole event. I thought it was kind of hilarious. But breaking surveillance camera captures what Donald Trump saw when he sneak peeked at Chinese President Xi Jinping's personal notebook after he left the table to use the restroom. So this is what Trump saw. High resolution. Ready?
You know what? I know that's AI because AI can't do books.
Have
you ever noticed that?
Yeah, I have noticed the pages fold a little wonkily. Yeah.
So there's always one key giveaway. Pretty soon they'll not be able to. We won't be able to tell. Make you look at Airshow.
Now, I know we're flipping through a lot of stories here, but there's so much that's happening. It's hard to go too deep on each one, but this is super significant. King Charles announces, "My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID." So this is
in his full costume,
full regalia,
which I don't think this happened in a long time.
All right, let's hear him declare the digital identification for Britain.
My ministers will also proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Have you seen Disney's Robin Hood?
Yes. Yeah, with the fox.
Yeah, he reminds me of the guy that wanted to be king, and he sucks on his thumb. He sounds just like him.
Yeah, similar tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So why is this interesting is this big announcement is not only for there in the UK, but by extension, because Great Britain was this massive empire, it has these social cultural ties in various areas of the world. So what we're seeing here is because it's being announced a digital ID there in the UK, you can definitely see it coming very closely on the next hill over for all these other countries that were so closely connected to the crown, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this video here, super fascinating find, just came out a few days ago. Somebody tracked down one of the workers who set up ChatGPT. Now, to understand the seriousness of digital ID and the economics of the coming, AI technocracy that we're all entering into, it's good to get into the mind of the people that actually put it all together. So let's just listen for a couple minutes to this guy who worked on ChatGPT. It's pretty interesting.
I definitely worked on ChatGPT. I definitely worked on Gemini. I'm shown, like, honestly, some like things that humans should never really witness.
The AI job crisis is here, but it's not what you've been told.
You've said spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years.
Yes. Tech CEOs talk about a future in which AI systems will soon do away with the need for human labor. But this rhetoric conceals a more sinister reality. While AI is triggering layoffs, its development is also driving the rapid growth of a new kind of worker.
I could set alarms for specific jobs. And if that alarm went off in the middle of the night, I was up and I would work until the tasks ran out.
It's a hidden workforce, which Silicon Valley first recruited in low-wage countries, with college graduates making up a record share of the unemployed. Data annotation and AI training are among the fastest growing jobs in the US. So I set out to talk to these workers. I wanted to know, how is AI actually affecting work in this country?
So I'm essentially just working as an anxious rabbit the entire process. Like, will this end tomorrow?
And how do we make
Okay, so we're listening in on how AI is affecting the job market right now, but it's also explaining how people are like evolving and adapting to this AI online world, and they're starting to use it to be more proficient. So it's either you go along and figure it out and survive, or you flounder and lose your position. It's really interesting. It's like forcing a technologically based evolution of the next worker class. It's really cool, and kind of freaky if you can't figure AI out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see here.
It's like talking to an expert, a legitimate PhD level expert that can help you with whatever your goals are.
So one of the big narratives that's developing in the AI space is that in order to make the next big leap forward,
see, they're all gay. So weird.
Case for very specific industries.
We've gone from maybe the models being like a smart high school student to really starting to get at the PhD level.
So in order to make these kind of leaps forward, the companies are really seeking out people with expertise.
AI firms are looking for expertise in pretty much everything because their models are only as good as what they're trained on.
We're lacking consistency. So you often hear some of our competitors talk about, these modern systems that we have today are PhD intelligences. I think that's a nonsense.
Okay, interpolating for everybody watching, and just so that we can comment a little bit as we do this, what's interesting is AI is harvesting the experts of the world currently because it's run out of technical skill. They're having to tap into these lifelong biologists or mathematicians or whoever, and they're getting these people to help them advance in very niche fields. It's pretty interesting. Can you hear me, Jeremiah? You there? Oh, is your mic off? Oh.
Yeah, my mic's muted, but look, you can make the Star of David with all the points on that star that are outward.
Yeah, that is just the wall decoration.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. I mean, look at that. It's like, wow. All right, we got several other stories to run through. Let's check out this clip. This is Joe Rogan becoming visibly bothered after playing an old Tim Dillon video with Brett Weinstein. It's a short clip here, but it's really interesting. We
love Tim Dillon.
One of the people that I think Joe mentioned was his go-to news kind of procurement source. Him and another Asian conspiracy dude. All right, check this out.
So two things. one, I think in some sense,
This
you're-
is the clip.
All right.
Let's play this and listen to it. But I do want to hear your. I just don't want to forget this.
Scandal was a scandal out of Omaha, Nebraska, the Franklin Credit Union, where there was a guy who was embezzling money, and then he was being investigated for that. But they said he has all this money because he's running an interstate pedophile network, and he's pandering kids to people in Washington D.C. and New York. And there was a headline in the Washington Post and the Washington Times that were like, "Call boys get a tour of the Reagan White House."
Unidentified White House aides in the Carter, Reagan, and Bush administrations now are being investigated for using the services of a call boy ring. The paper reports that 2 of the male prostitutes were given a late-night tour of the White House last year.
Okay, so pretty trippy that those presidential administrations were getting on the hook for call boys, and it calls to mind, the Bohemian Grove where they dress up in dresses and are acting all kind of, gay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and shout out to Bohemian Grove, which we're going to be going to.
Oh
Put
yeah,
on by the Meth and
that's going to
Death
be
Squad.
sweet.
Yep.
You're having sex with somebody who's underage, then they own you forever if they have photo, audio, video of you doing that. Frankly,
Who put that video together? Because that's cool.
I'm gonna have to edit out the song though.
Oh.
It says it was made by Blunts for Jesus.
For sure, you got to edit out that song.
Yeah, it'll flag things up on
Can you
YouTube.
do that? Is that possible to do?
I'm an audio engineer. I think
You
I should be able
fucking
to do it.
wizard, you can do it.
I'll do it. Give it
So
a shot.
sir.
wasn't that called the Boys Town scandal or something like that?
It's called the Franklin scandal, is what it was called.
Yeah, I remembered it when he was telling me about it, and then it came up again. I was like, "Do you remember this?" I'm like, it's things like that. If no one went to jail, this is where it gets weird. No one went to jail and no one got busted. So this is what I always say about like the JFK assassination thing. People are like, I don't think the government did it, but it seems like the government might have been involved. But you know what? It was a long time ago. Well, that stuff evolves. Just like people are way better at like banking now than they were back when they had to write things down on paper in 1963. They didn't even have fucking computers. Well, guess what? Everything else evolves too, and including power and corruption.
All right. So speaking of power and corruption, I thought that this clip with Joe leads in nicely to this next one, which is current news. Just yesterday, Thomas Massie confirms his Epstein files bill literally took out the CEO of the World Economic Forum, allegedly. Let's hear him describe how he exposed the global elite class and they're relentlessly targeting him for destroying their top leadership and secrets.
Entire global Epstein class after me. You don't take out the CEO of the World Economic Forum, the guys that said we should eat bugs instead of beef and said that we should own nothing and be happy about it.
Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, he was the guy who replaced him as the CEO of World Economic Forum, a Norwegian. He's gone. Took him out.
Wow.
With the
Oh, shocker. He's a baby eater.
and it's
Yeah, it seems like the international community has taken more people out versus the U.S. I don't think anybody's really gotten into trouble domestically.
There's been a few university presidents and deans. and
Larry Summers. Okay,
yeah.
he resigned from his teaching job. Okay.
And CEOs. There's been some accountability in the private sector.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yes, I have.
All right. So apparently causing ripples. And speaking of heads of these big organizations, the head of the WHO is now asking Alex Jones to retract documents that he claims he made in this report. He was talking about the hantavirus mutating and exploding as positive cases and death are confirmed across the world. So I don't know if you had any comments on that.
Yeah, why would they care about what Alex Jones said? I thought he wasn't credible.
Exactly. Because somebody has been discredited by The Onion, why would anybody ever listen to them again?
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of people, they can kind of conspiratorially paint somebody as a gatekeeper or a false agent or whatever. But, I think honestly, a lot of these guys are just trying to do the best they can, and, they miss them,
Yeah. Just like us.
Just like us. We're just some guys talking about guys. And,
well, Yeah, that might sound a little gay to some folks.
Yeah,
but
no. We're
not in
we're
the gay
just-
way. No,
We're people in a box talking about people outside of our box.
right.
Anyways, all right, check this out, guys.
From the way the hantavirus was rolled out and the way they hyped up this shit, and then suddenly there were cases and deaths all over the world of this same strain of hantavirus that's new. Now they're saying it's mutated again. And all they got to do is point a PCR test at somebody that's died and set it to that and turn it up and claim that falsely. That's what they did with COVID 6 years ago. So the propaganda, all the things they've said and done, the UN, World Health Organization head a few days ago saying, you better give us our global treaty, you better take all our shots, you better apologize to us. They have launched their new COVID 2.0. And then magically, as I predicted, there's suddenly all these new deaths from this same.
Let's say what? Oh, I think you're you froze up a little there, buddy. All right, I'll keep playing this and then we'll let you get reset.
Strain of hantavirus in different parts of the world that have nothing to do with the ship. First suspected generation 3 hantavirus cases, an Italian who sat alongside a woman on Dutch KLM flight before she died developed symptoms amid fears virus has mutated. Oh, weaponized, gain of function.
All right, so we're all we're gonna wait for Jeremiah to hop back in. He's been having some software issues. But while he does, I'm going to show this next clip on hantavirus. It's one of the best little compilations from Jake Shields. Check this out. Hantavirus. Apocalypse Z movie, the beginning of the end. An outbreak of global pandemic. Canary Islands. Pope Leo thanks Canary Islands as hantavirus receives the ship, the Hondius. What's up? Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Massad's trying to take me out.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's what happens when all of our internet servers go through Tel Aviv, you know. Anyways, I was just showing people, you guys definitely need to check out the Jake Shields short where he breaks down this hantavirus kind of in pop culture recently. I thought this was pretty entertaining. The odds of dying from hantavirus, 1 in 30 to 35 million. Odds of dying from a lightning strike, 1 in 15 to 20 million. Odds of dying in a car accident, 1 in 8,000 to 9,000. Odds of dying from medical error, 1 in 1,000. Oh man, if you know, if they're not trying to kill us in the hospitals, I don't know what they are doing.
Yeah.
If someone's telling you to freak out about hantavirus, they're lying to you. And isn't it fascinating? You know, we've been covering the ticks that are being released by the box load, and
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man, I think it's fascinating because, you know, if the tick scare actually is them dispersing some of these laboratory grown whatevers, then look out. All right, so check this out. Last hantavirus thing. Contagion, according to the New York Post, the contagion hantavirus strain may stay in human sperm for 6 years and turn into an STI.
Ugh. No, thank you.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I didn't like
it either. You know, this is all as what happened in 2020 is kind of being validated and exposed. We have this next wave. It's almost as if we've had enough time to digest what was done to us in 2021, 2022 with the rollout of the pandemic and the you know, emergency use vaccinations. But you know, it's crazy because, you know, we're seeing
this study
VAERS adjusted data and other derived from the MIT Florida Department of Health study findings that yield a conservative range of 470,000 to 600,000 American deaths from the COVID-19 mRNA shots.
That's it?
More than, well, just that alone. That's a lot of people, man. More than World War I, World War II, and Vietnam combined.
So more people have died from the COVID the mRNA shots, than in World War I and World War II combined.
Wow.
So pretty interesting. But you know, what did we learn is that they used the virus scare then to push a vaccination right after it. So I'm wondering if we're going to get something very similar to that. Last story of the day, we just had like this national Shabbat called from President Trump, where he was like, okay, everybody, we're going to keep Shabbat. And then today is supposed to be this big prayer dedication of America. A lot of people gathering in DC at the National Mall. But check this out. Chick-fil-A, a franchisee sued by U.S. government for religious discrimination. So basically Chick-fil-A, which is closed on Sunday, is now being sued for not giving somebody a Saturday Sabbath. So it's pretty interesting. You know, they're all stuck on
That's
Sunday,
crazy.
you know, taking it off. And then one person's like, I want off on Saturday. And they're like, no, lawsuit. There we go. All right. Well,
am I freezing or is he freezing? I'm tripped out.
I think you're breaking up on me a little bit, Jeremiah. All right.
I don't know if you just froze or if I just froze.
I think you're freezing on me, buddy. Just one quick funny my wife sent me. I have been reading the Torah and I got to the book of Numbers, but I
Can you
didn't
hear me?
see yours. Yes.
I had this.
All right, guys. I think Jeremiah's freezing up. Hopefully we'll get him back here and we'll hit the funnies.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremiah, maybe pop off and okay, we'll see. Well, I guess as we wait for him, let's see here. Hello.
No.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. You ready for some please excuse my sense of humor?
Yeah, if I can, let's see. I have to reload everything because I don't know why my computer. I'm supposed to have like the fastest internet in the world, but it's not working properly.
It's gotta be the software or something, because it comes through fast, but then yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if this one's it.
Some people might find some of these jokes offensive. If you are one of those people, I'm sorry that you cannot take a joke. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sorry, Jake.
I think you got some pennies in there. They don't make those anymore.
It's just so
Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you.
I thought you'd like this, Jake.
Hey, reading Rainbow.
The book I read is called 1984.
Whoa.
It's about a guy who thinks the government is lying to him. Spoiler, he's right. There are cameras
I like
everywhere.
that. Who's that?
People vanish.
Who are they?
Do you have any little quirks that set you apart from other bachelors?
Sexual fantasies of control, power.
And now, do you have a dating motto?
Depersonalize another person and view them as just an object.
Well, that's good. And it's a much better dating motto than kill or be killed. So, best of luck to you, sir.
I read today about a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome who was taken from her mother
and put in a cage. I read about did you say want to a 10-year-old with Down syndrome
What
being
I
taken
said
from
is
her
you can
mother?
pick anything you want out, but the bottom line is very
dare
clear.
you?
When you cross
absolutely
the border
dare you,
illegally,
This is the end.
Oh no.
Hold your breath and count.
Kick on ice.
Beautiful slide. Keep it going. Yeah.
Look at my move.
Thank you, everybody. Shabu Atov.
At the monitor and give the full name of this person.
Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler.
That's actor Jason Statham.
Over the bus. Oh my God! Still going. He's heading for the pad. Oh my gosh! He's fine. He's a stunt actor.
The reason that this Jewish strategy is so overpowered is because not only did they get monetary value out of the coin itself, but it also takes a wish away from a goy. I
have made it clear to the Israeli leadership that I do not support their expansionist ideas. The indigenous people of that land have rights that cannot be ignored. We must find a fair solution, not one dictated by any single group.
Line up. There's your boy Jolly Bee. Jolly Bee! How dare you, Jolly Bee? Hey! Filipino! Filipino!
This one made me laugh. I don't know why every time I watch it.
The break. We're going to interview Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. I mean, he's gay. Excuse me. He's blind. So we'll hear about that coming up.
Okay.
You're open to all races?
with the COVID, excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
This one's just for you, Jake.
Look, if I hate niggers.
Remember that?
Auf der einen blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt Erika. Heiß von 100.000 kleinen Bienelein. Moving, sir. What's the charge? Huh?
Oh my
What's
God.
the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent American kosher meal?
Hey, let's go. Watch your step. This is crazy.
Can we go in? I have one thing. I just need one thing.
Oh, wow.
Hey, one quick update. Just so you guys know, this Wednesday, doors open at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. at Old Torpedo Sports Bus, 900 East Breaker Lane, across from Quick Trip, where it used to be formerly.
All right, tide's turned, rent time. Knock, knock. Mr. Landlord, already? First of the tide, you know the rules. Yeah. Paid in full, receipts on the house. Do you take...
Tucker is smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. But like so many in the commentary business, the clicks and the giggles have contributed to a terminal case of brain rot. True, actual, undeniable brain rot.
I'm just trying to get rung up like everybody else.
The system's still ringing him up.
It's not for people. Swing your legs around. That's it.
Easy.
I can move on my own. Stand up for me. We'll talk right over. Fine, but I'm not leaving the line. Stop resisting. Hands behind.
So yeah, it's a little, since it kept freezing last week, I just put some of my favorites back in there.
Man, I'm getting around.
No, I don't think you really look like that. It just made me laugh because I was like, hey, if I can like face swap Jake in there, that would be so funny. But it I don't know what happened to it. I had to take out some of the other ones.
Hey, the interview with Owen Benjamin on Tucker was so good. Go watch it, everyone.
Have you seen it?
I saw clips. I haven't seen the full thing yet. Is it pretty good?
It's pretty good. Yep.
Nice. We'll have to check it out.
All of our friends are famous. It's weird.
All of our friends are famous. They just
Fame-ish.
Famous.
Yeah.
Right on.
But we will be interviewing Bryson Gray on Tuesday. But we won't be putting it out until a couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys have heard his new song. Forget what the guy's name is. Lindsay knows. She'll post it. But this guy like put out Forest Fire or something.
Forest Frank.
Yeah, Forest Frank.
Cool. Yeah, I'm stoked. I saw him here at an event in Owensboro, but I didn't get to connect with him. But yeah, he lives just down in Nashville, so pretty stoked to have him back on the show. We'll have to go down and visit one of his events, one of his concerts.
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, and you guys can get your TrutherCon tickets over there. Also, if you guys want, let me see if I can do this. I think I can. I think I can. It's going to say, or you could support us on Patreon if you want. Or visit our Babylon Rising bookstore. No, but for real, let's go to TrutherCon. So, yeah, guys. Any closing statements, Jake?
No. We'll catch you guys next time, and look out for the Sam Tripoli interview coming out this week.
Wednesday, I think.
Oh yeah, it's good.
It's probably the best one. My favorite. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Adios, amigos.
Adios,
amigas.
your trip. Buy your tickets today, November 7th and November 8th at truthercon.com.